It's Wednesday, and there's a new lot of horror comics coming out. Let's see what they are. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. Here's what horror-related comics are being released this week, August 18th, 2021. Rockheads #1 from Solson-Lubert Publications with a story by Phil Clarke and art by Rich Sawyer. This one has a premise that I couldn't help but mention. It's not particularly horror, but it's weird as all get out. Because she took morning sickness pills during her pregnancy, the mother of Wally and Joey imbued her sons with the power to turn their heads into stone. This comic depicts the adventures of the Rockhead brothers. Weird, I know, but it could be a hell of a lot of indie comic fun, too. And look, it's only $1.95. That's a ludicrous price in these trying times. Midnight Western Theater #4 is from Scout Comics, the story by Louis Southard, and art is by David Hahn. It's another issue of a wild and wicked Old West madness, this time focusing on a gunslinging vampire couple who are hired to take on a monster. This series offers up all kinds of Western fun drenched in blood and carnage. Dynamite Lives #3 is from Dynamite Entertainment. The story is by Fred Van Lente with art by Vincenzo Carratu. If you like Marvel Zombies and Deceased, but you are wondering why we can't get a zombie Red Sonja and Vampirella, then I've got the comic for you. Dynamite Lives. It's a fun little read. It's definitely got some solid talent behind it, with Fred Van Lente doing the writing, and of course there's a myriad of covers depicting all kinds of decomposing boobs. So there's that. Tales from Harrow County, Fairfolk #2 is from Dark Horse Comics. The story is by Bunn, with art by Emily Schnall. Bunn continues to elaborate on the mythology he established in the award-winning Harrow County series. This one focuses on an unlikely hero stumbling upon the last poor soul to go against the monsters that populate this backwards burg. Schnall's art is sublime, and Bunn once again is delivering the scares with this series. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? #111 is from DC Comics. The story is by Derek Fridolfs, with art by Valerio Chiola. Not only are Scoob and the gang taking on a phantom race car with their mystery machine, but they're also contending with a mysterious mummy. It's double the mystery and double the fun. Scooby-Doo was my gateway drug into horror, and while I'll bet this comic is only big with the nostalgia fans, I'm glad DC is still putting it out. God of Tremors #1 is from AfterShock Comics. The story is by Peter Milligan, and the art is by Piotr Kowalski. Vertigo writer Peter Milligan offers up this one-shot focusing on exorcism, demon worship, and 19th century medicine. Expect some sophisticated thrills and some exquisite artwork from this odd little horror one and done. Serial #6 is from Abstract Studios. The story and art is by Terry Moore. Zoe, the littlest serial killer, is hunting serial killers herself while being hunted by the cops. Terry Moore continues to explore the Dexter-like story of a gal who's trying to be human but lacks the psychological capacity to do so. Lots of great psychological fun going on with this book. Eat the Rich #1 is new from AfterShock Comics. The story is by Sarah Gailey with art by Pius. The idyllic and well-to-do town of Crestfall Bluffs may look perfect on the surface, but it hides dark and terrifying secrets underneath. Expect some horrors of the upper crust in this new psychological horror tale. Finally, we have Nocterra #6 from Image Comics. The story is by Scott Snyder, and the art is by Tony S. Daniel. Scott Snyder continues to deliver the dark and death-defying goods with this Road Trip from Hell comic about a world blanketed in darkness and a truck driver and some precious cargo that are just trying to get from point A to point B in one piece. Sure, this feels like a pitch of a movie, but Snyder is delivering a solid action horror comic and developing quite the expansive mythology. This series feels like the spiritual siblings of one of my all-time favorite comics, Midnight Nation. That's it for horror in this week's haul. Any of these sound cool to you? Let me know down in the comments. That'll be it for today. Please chime in down below in the comments and let me know how on the nose or mind-numbingly wrong I am, or you can counter with your own review. So guys, you know how YouTube works. I'd love to be able to dedicate more time to this channel. I'm not monetized yet, so if you want to help me out, remember to hit all the pertinent bells and whistles down below. Want some spooky comics to read? I have 2 new horror comic book trade paperbacks you should look out for. Both Grave Trancers and Pirouette, collecting never-before-published issues, can be found in only the finest of comic book shops. If you're looking for written reviews, you can find them on my website, mlmillerwrites.com. If you really want to show your support, I also have a Patreon page at mlmiller. Look for the link to my Patreon page down below. Thank you so much for your time, and take care.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. God doomed. Live the life that you are meant to live inside that reality.